So Trump's minions have formed up in formation outside the courthouse. They formed out outside the courthouse, and they're all defending him and complaining about how it's a horrible trial. And the worst politician alongside Marjorie Taylor Greene, Vivek Ramaswamy, has also shown up among them to support Donald Trump at this New York trial regarding the payments to Stormy Daniels. We're going to listen to this absolute buffoonery and listen to what these fools are saying apparently at this case, because honest to God, these people are lying to the American people about what Trump has done, and they need to accept the fact that this man has done what he's done, and this case needs to play out.
Morning, everyone. I'm Governor Doug Bergham, along with our congressman and Vivek. We're here today to offer some observations.
If you're listening to this with headphones and you can only hear the audio through one side of your headphones, that is because the audio recorded from this, this park outside the courthouse, the audio is botched. You can only hear it through one side of your headphones. So just bear with me here. I don't know. The people here working for Forbes Breaking News, they have horrible audio. I don't know what it is.
Observations of firsthand. I think one thing that we've all known is this was a sham trial, but when you have an opportunity to see it up close and personal, you can see it's actually a scam trial. When you've got a judge that's a donor to Biden, you got prosecutors that are supporters of Biden, and then you've got relatives of the judge that are benefiting financially directly from this trial and that information, and then you've got the star witness is a serial perjurer. Then you have to ask yourself, what is this all about? And I think the only conclusion, of course, is that election interference, and it's tying up the president from being out on the...
Hold on a second. So he's complaining about the fact that the judge apparently supports Biden. The daughter of the judge apparently is also a Democrat and somehow or another tied to Biden or financially tied to the Democrats or something or another. The reality is, unless the judge has actually made disparaging statements about the accused in any form or fashion, there's really no reason to get rid of the judge. Like, what do you expect the judge to do? Have no political opinions at all? Do you want to find a judge that doesn't care about politics? I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but it's not necessary. At the end of the day, Donald Trump has been given a pretty good amount of grace in this case by this judge. This man, Donald Trump, and his team have sat there and tried to say absolutely nothing as the prosecution was making its case, and the judge had to object for Trump's legal team, so that Trump's legal team couldn't slither their way into saying, hey, we want a mistrial because, there's a biased judge and we're not being allowed to object and blah, 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 which isn't the case. They're trying to make this case seem as ridiculous as possible, but the reality is this. The reality is this. The judge has not made one disparaging statement about Trump, his family, or his politics. The judge has been graceful to Trump in terms of the gag order, but because Trump continues to disrespect the judge's family members, and people involved in the trial, he has had a gag order placed on him. Trump is actually being given grace by this judge, despite the fact that the judge is a Biden supporter. It's absolutely ridiculous, the nonsense that they're pushing here.
Financially, directly, from this trial and that information. And then you've got the star witness is a serial perjurer. Then you have to ask yourself, what is this all about? And I think the only conclusion, of course, is that it's election interference, and it's tying up the president from being out on the campaign trail.
Here's the truth. Trump's former lawyer, Cohen, that man, he perjured himself defending Trump. Why are y'all using this as a defense? Michael Cohen lied to defend Donald Trump. He lied to Congress under oath to defend Donald J. Trump. If you're sitting there saying, oh, well, the star witness is someone who perjured himself in an attempt to illegally protect Donald Trump from legal consequences, that guy, Michael Cohen, Cohen is a known perjurer of his own volition, and he chose to do it in defense of Donald J. Trump. I struggle to understand how it's possible I really do. I struggle to understand how it's possible that Republicans actually believe that by crying about Michael Cohen being a known perjurer, that somehow or another that changes the case. Michael Cohen and this case are inseparable. The reality is this: Republicans trying to argue and complain and throw a hissy fit about the fact that Michael Cohen is a known perjurer. Excuse me. Michael Cohen perjured himself in court trying to defend Donald J. Trump from legal consequences. So when you sit there and cry about, oh, Cohen's a known perjurer, Cohen's a known liar. Yes, someone who lied to defend the man that you're defending right now. That is why he's a perjurer. So be careful talking about the fact that Michael Cohen did indeed perjure himself. Let's talk about why he did that. In the defense of whom did he do that? We don't want to have that conversation, though. The reality is, Michael Cohen in this case are inseparable. He has to appear. He's going to receive a subpoena no matter what. If you give this case to a judge who gives no fucks about Joe Biden or Trump, whose daughter isn't benefiting financially from this case in any way, shape, or form, if you give this case to an alternate judge with a different family, different political leanings, everything, Michael Cohen is still being summoned to court. There is no law that says because someone perjured themselves before, they cannot be summoned for court later. That's not in the law. That's not how this works at all. So I would recommend that Republicans at this very moment in time relax. Because Michael Cohen perjured himself in defense of your guy. He did. He absolutely did. And Michael Cohen is inseparable from this case because he is directly tied to the payments made to Stormy Daniels. These things count. These things matter. Michael Cohen was Trump's alleged fixer. This is inseparable from the case.
Of course, we know that from the polls that have come out, even from the New York Times, Rasmussen Interactive this week, President Trump is leading all over the country. And the conclusion you could draw from that is the American people have already acquitted Donald Trump because the things that they're concerned about, inflation, crime, the border, the economy, all of these things, President Trump is leading by huge double digits versus Joe Biden. And the sooner that this scam trial can be concluded, the sooner that the president can get back to getting out campaigning and talking to the American people.
Oh, really? So because the American people, supposedly, according to you, don't care about the rule of law no longer matters. So if I can gather enough people to say that, who's someone that Republicans really despise for getting off free? OJ. If somehow I have a magic spell that, converts the minds of millions of Americans to being pro-OJ, that all of a sudden means the guy shouldn't have been charged with murder. He shouldn't have gone to court to be found innocent or guilty in the court of law because enough people... OJ, really? So because enough people, according to you, which, to be honest, Joe Biden in plenty of polls is above Trump right now, trying to act like somehow or another the polls are indicative of the end game of the election at this point in time is not only dishonest, it reeks of desperation right now. If the American people just so act, let's just say they did. Let's just say the majority, I get 60% of Americans. We don't care about whether Trump falsified documents. We don't care about Trump's payments and so on. We don't care about the hush money. We want Trump to be acquitted. Does the rule of law all of a sudden grow two legs and walk out of the room because Donald Trump's fan base makes up a marginal majority of the country and has decided he should no longer face charges? Is that what you guys are arguing right now? Popularity is the winner? What if Joe Biden had enough support in America and Joe Biden was being investigated for a crime? Would you guys all of a sudden just sit there and say, oh, well, Joe Biden, he is well liked. He is articulate. He is well spoken. He's not well spoken. He is not well spoken. But y'all get my point. That's not an excuse. Just because some people in the country don't care about the fact that Trump has been charged, and I understand why they don't care. To be fair to Trump supporters watching this, I understand. The left has been attacking this man since he breathed political air. I understand. I truly get it. However, crimes must be prosecuted. Just because you're Donald Trump does not mean you're all of a sudden absolved from the consequences that everyone else must face in the face of committing a crime. So, You know, this ridiculousness of, oh, the American people don't even care. And to talk about this whole border nonsense. Oh, Americans care about the border. Donald Trump is the one who tanked a border deal in Congress. We were supposed to pass a border bill that was supposed to take care of some issues at the border. It wasn't the perfect deal. It wasn't exactly what Republicans wanted, but it's not about what you want in the moment. It's about what we can get done right now for the American people. Despite the fact that Republicans had agreed to the bill, Donald Trump, as revealed by Republicans in Congress, stepped in and advised Republicans to undo the deal, to derail the deal, to not let it pass, so that he could have a platform to run on in 2024's election. You know, the fact that Donald J. Trump it's proven, it's already been revealed that Donald Trump went out of his way to let Republicans in Congress know, hey, I want the border to be on my campaign. I don't want you guys to fix that. Don't pass that border bill. Don't take care of the border issues. Leave it unfixed, because when I campaign in 2024, I need reasons for why people should vote for me. Y'all compromise our national security so Trump could have a platform to win. I don't want to hear about the American people care about the border, therefore they're voting for Trump. The same Trump who derailed the border deal. How about y'all use that little microphone over there to tell the American people about that? You don't want to. I understand why, though. It's all good.
This thing is a farce. Gentlemen of America, this trial is a joke. This thing is a farce.
He got a nice hairline. I ain't gonna lie. I like the hairline. It's crisp.
Michael Cohen basically sat there and said, yeah, he invoiced legal expenses. The Trump campaign, the Trump organization, not the campaign, paid out money in legal expenses. Where's the crime? There is no crime. The only crime that's happening here...
Whoa. You're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. That's not true. That is not true. The alleged falsified documents that they're charging this man Trump with, it relates to payment to Stormy Daniels as hush money. The payments were listed in the business records as a legal expense payable to Michael Cohen. The problem is, Trump wasn't actually paying Michael Cohen for legal expenses. He was paying Michael Cohen to reimburse Michael Cohen for the hush money payment that was made to Stormy Daniels, allegedly. I'm not going to say these boys are guilty. I'm going to be fair to Uncle Trump and his minion. They're not even friends anymore, but still. The alleged crime is that he did not make legal payments to Cohen, but instead was reimbursing Cohen for the payments he made to Stormy Daniels to cover up a story that could affect Trump's campaign. Stop lying. Stop lying. Falsifying business records in the first degree is a felony under New York state law that requires the intent to defraud includes an intent to commit another crime or to aid or conceal the commission thereof. This lie that somehow or another Trump just made legal payments and now all of a sudden he's under investigation, that is not true. I wish Trump hadn't committed any crimes. I don't rejoice that Trump will be locked up possibly. I wish he didn't commit any crimes. But it's looking like Cohen is about to snitch. Even Hope Hicks went in court and accidentally said some shit she shouldn't have said, reinforcing the idea that Trump affirmed and pushed for the payment to be made to Stormy Daniels through Cohen.
This Democrat judge and the Democrat Party prosecuting their political rival right in the middle of a presidential election. The crime here is that the issues facing our nation are not being addressed by the Democrats, but they want to go after Donald Trump. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing that has been wrong here. Nothing that has been done poorly by President Trump. The only thing that's being done wrong is by this judge. His daughter's making money, raising money for Democrats, and all of the fundraising emails and all the fundraising things are about this trial that his daughter is using. He won't recuse himself. This is a travesty of justice.
I don't know it to be illegal for the daughter of a judge involved in the case to raise campaign funds for Democratic politicians. I don't know this to be illegal. Exactly how does this affect Trump? Especially when the judge has actually been graceful to Trump, has objected in court on Trump's behalf. Make it make sense. Look, to be fair, maybe we should change the judge. I don't even have a problem with that. The problem is you guys are lying about what he's being charged with. Even if we change the judge, Trump still allegedly committed a crime, and Michael Cohen is all too happy to tell. Michael Cohen is all too happy to snitch. Part of the reason why he's dealing with this case is because Michael Cohen went down on crimes related to this, and Trump didn't save him. Trump left him to hang. Trump was like, loyalty, I want loyalty. But when his guy was going down, where was Trump? Trump began to distance himself from Michael Cohen, and of course Michael Cohen was like, nigga, what's going on with you? Stand 10 toes, what's going on? Trump said, I'm gone. Of course Michael Cohen is snitching on this man. Of course. I would have to tell too, I ain't gonna lie. You leave me high and dry, nigga, we gonna be in court together. I will be taking the stand, and I will look at you and wave at you from across the room. If you think I'm not about to do that, you got me fucked up. Like, I will do that. This nonsense of Democrats aren't taking care of the problems that Americans really care about. Mind you, y'all are the ones y'all tried to unsuccessfully, y'all tried to block aid to Ukraine. It finally went through. Because of y'all, our geopolitical rival, Russia, has made significant gains in Ukraine. Thanks, dummies. On top of that, what else did y'all do? You derailed a border deal that would have given Joe Biden the power to shut down the border. Thanks. Congrats. You fools have been given multiple opportunities to take care of the issues that actually matter to the American people, and you've chosen not to. One, because I guess some of y'all are getting like, I don't know, y'all are getting y'all's meat sucked by Putin's like, you know, little like minion hookers like they send from Russia. I don't know what's going on with that. Then some of y'all, for some reason, are letting Donald Trump, someone who's not a seated president, influence inner workings of Congress, allowing him to tell y'all to derail border deals because Daddy Trump said so. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on over there. I don't think it's fair for you to sit there and summon up the American people. You Congress, have had many opportunities to take care of these issues, and you've chosen not to. Now, I'm supposed to sit here and be mad at the judge, the judge's daughter, Joe Biden. No. Donald Trump allegedly committed a crime. There's significant evidence that shows he probably did do it. And a witness who, to be fair, is a perjurer. The only problem is the guy perjured himself illegally, lying, trying to protect Trump. That's not a good sign. If the guy who's allegedly perjuring himself in court is lying in defense of Trump, that's not a good sign. Y'all need to start thinking about what's going on here.
Misuse of the justice system, and look around New York. New York's got plenty of issues. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You have all of NYPD's finest down here because of this travesty going on in that courtroom. Meanwhile, the citizens of New York are less safe, and the district attorney in New York is not prosecuting real crime. He's a Soros-backed DA going after his chief political rival in Donald Trump.
Okay, I don't know if Alvin Bragg is a Soros operative, but he is right. Alvin Bragg is a bum. Like, I'm gonna keep it on it. Alvin Bragg is a bum. Congrats, Alvin Bragg, for prosecuting Trump, but you got all kind of real crimes going on in New York, and you're not taking care of them. This black man, don't know his name. He's a Republican, not too interested in knowing his name either. This black man, this amazing black man, this man right here, he's telling the truth. Alvin Bragg, you are a bum. As many crimes as I've seen being committed in New York on the internet, I saw when those migrants beat up that cop, Alvin Bragg went soft. And then when the press asked him, Mr. Bragg, what do you plan to do about these migrants who beat up that cop? Alvin Bragg sitting there acting like he Kanye West. Like he don't got an answer to reporters. I'm like, well, what's going on with you? All of a sudden you above talking to the people of New York? Alvin Bragg is a bum. It's true. He's not a good district attorney. He is a bum. He shouldn't be in charge. He shouldn't be the DA of New York. He's a bum. Problem is, there's one problem that still remains. Trump allegedly committed a crime, and there's a significant amount of evidence to charge him with a crime. Even if you remove Alvin Bragg, even if you remove the judge, Trump still did something wrong. Y'all are in a conundrum right now. Look, best case scenario, Trump becomes president. I don't know if presidents can pardon themselves. You know, I'm not omniscient. I wish I knew everything. I talk like I know everything, but I for damn sure don't know everything. But, you know, best case scenario, you know, Uncle Trump wins and he pardons himself. I don't know what he's going to do. But lying, okay, lying about whether Trump did or didn't do some shit, acting like Trump did nothing. That's not true. It's false. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, Alvin Bragg sucks. I'm not gonna lie. He ain't lying, bro. Out like Democrats, liberals, I love us. I love us. I love liberals. I love progressives, yo. I love us. But we're too soft on crime. We're too soft on crime, and it's hurting us because right now we're trying to charge Trump with crimes, and the people charging him with the crimes, Alvin Bragg, doesn't charge well, Trump could literally be a real... I think he is a criminal. Come on, the man admitted to hoarding federal documents he was supposed to turn in. Come on. There are real violent criminals. There are actual violent criminals, you know, like Crip walking out of the precinct because Alvin Bragg won't do his fucking job. So, like, I mean, bro, like, he ain't lying. Alvin Bragg is definitely a bum.
America is better than this. And so, unfortunately, it's going to take the American people this November to let their voices be heard on this travesty of justice that's occurring and making sure that Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States. I've never seen anything like it. This is a joke. It is a farce. It is a travesty. We are
wouldn't he still be the 46?
As Americans, and unfortunately,
if he wins twice, wouldn't he still be 46? Is it really fair for him to be 47 if he's already... No, he wouldn't be 46. Biden is 46. Trump, wouldn't he be 45? Would he be 47? Trump supporters, let me know in the comment section.
The Democrat Party has lost their ever-loving minds. And so it's going to take the American people to remind them that justice is supposed to be blind. It is not supposed to be going after political opponents and political rivals. With that, I'll turn it over to my colleague from Florida, Congressman Cory Mills.
Thank you so much. What have we learned here today? What we've learned is that Michael Cohen has listed his invoice as being an actual legal precedent where, in fact, he's now claiming that it's something other than that and that he knowingly and fraudulently put that forward. Look, as we talked about, why do they want this trial to continue? Well, they want it to continue because this is the fundraising source for Adam Schiff, for Biden, and for the Democrat opponents. This is nothing more than election interference at its finest. You are seeing where the weaponization of what was the Department of Justice, now the Department of Injustice, and against the President of the United States. I will tell you right now, the same way that I stand here steadfast behind our president, I know that America stands with him as well. They see this sham indictment. They see this for what it is without any actual substance whatsoever. Keep in mind, they keep actually talking about the FEC violations, but when you're utilizing personal funds or you're utilizing a trust, that is not campaign funding. There is no violation, which is why the FEC never actually even pursued this. And so I think the American people see this for what it is. They want to keep President Trump off the campaign trail.
You know, it's funny because Michael Cohen just snitched in court. Michael Cohen just, like, provided secret recordings of Donald Trump talking about utilizing funds to silence all sorts of rumors and allegations about himself, even referencing the one he's being charged with in question. Michael Cohen's a snitch. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all need to go figure something out about him. Because Michael Cohen is snitching. He's telling all kind of information, giving up secret recordings, giving up conversations. Like, the idea that Michael Cohen is somehow or another some shot witness who has no credibility. No. This is the worst case scenario for Donald Trump. If I was Donald Trump right now, I would be begging God to strike Michael Cohen with every form of lightning known to the universe. Because Michael Cohen is the key to Trump being found guilty. Because he is the conduit through which the payment to Stormy Daniels was allegedly made. Okay? To be honest, I don't know if campaign finances even play a part in this case. It's possible that campaign finances don't play a part in this case. I have not read anything that involves the Trump campaign. I have read that the Trump organization made payments. If there is a link between the Trump organization and the Trump campaign finances in this case, then it spells bad news for Donald J. Trump. But as far as I know, there is no connection. So if I'm wrong and someone wants to correct me, by all means. But this is one thing I will concede, is that as far as I can tell, there is no campaign finance stuff involved here. However, it could be that because the money was used to affect a campaign, it could be classified legally as the use of campaign funds. So, I don't know. there might be, I'm not sure why he's being charged with campaign fund stuff, but it could be because the money was used to affect a campaign, which I'm pretty sure is a crime. So, you know.
Thank you. I want to thank my colleagues, Governor Bergham, Congressman Mills, and Congressman Donalds, for laying out the political backdrop here. This is a politicized persecution that is nakedly apparent. What I want to do is dive a little bit deeper.
They all love to act like Trump.
Learned today in that courtroom. What do we see in there? First of all, I learned a lot from being in there in person. It is one of the most depressing places I have been in my life, but it is fitting because the only thing more depressing than the environment of that courtroom is what's actually happening in there. It's straight out of a Kafka novel. The prosecution's main strategy appears to be to bore the jurors into submission. And if you look in that direction, sadly, it may appear to actually be working. Now, I would like for anybody here in the press.
Does he know that, does Vivek Ramaswamy realize that anything involving the government is boring as fuck? Like, as someone who's been, let's just say I've been summoned for jury duty before, okay? I've never committed a crime. I've been summoned for jury duty before, okay? As someone who's been summoned for jury duty before, believe me when I tell you, it's supposed to be boring. It is boring. It sucks. No one wants to be there. No one's getting paid enough to be there, and everyone has something better to do. That's one of the hallmarks of being summoned for jury duty. The idea that jury duty is supposed to be, you know, dollar bills in the club, big booty hoes, pizza rolls, wings, fries. I mean, look, I'd be for it. I wouldn't be against it, but I think we all know this shit is boring. How is court being boring evidence that Trump shouldn't be charged with crime?
Anybody at home, anybody at MSNBC or the media afterwards, to clearly state what exactly is the crime that Donald Trump committed. Oh, wait. We have not heard a good answer to that question. It has been vague until today. You heard Michael Cohen's testimony, after which I would say it is less clear than ever what that crime actually was. They'll say falsifying business records. Well, let's look at, who did we learn falsified business records today? Yet, what, hour, 2 hours, felt like it could have been 7 hours, of Michael Cohen talking about how he falsified business records. Okay, so you have a guy who has been a perjurer in the past that is now saying he falsified business records. What is the crime that Donald Trump committed?
My God. The crime is that Trump falsified business records with the help of Cohen. You do realize Cohen admits to falsifying business records, not in some other event unrelated to Trump. Every crime Cohen got caught up in was a direct result of his association with Donald Trump. Bro, Cohen went to jail because of this entire story. Y'all think he just got summoned to jury he was subpoenaed to court as a witness because somehow or another he's Jewish, he's a lawyer, he knows Trump, must know something? No. He's in there because he is a credible witness who probably has all the information necessary to get Trump locked up. He is there are three characters you cannot separate from this story: Donald J. Trump, Stormy Daniels, and Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen admitted to falsifying business records for Donald Trump. That's why he got locked up. Michael Cohen admitted to lying to Congress on behalf of Donald Trump. That's why he got locked up. Sit there saying, this guy's a liar. Yes, he lied for Trump. Do you realize that's not a win? That's bad. If the guy lied for Trump and he's being subpoenaed to court to tell on Trump, that means it doesn't get any more credible than this. And the worst part about it is, this guy's happy to cooperate. He has beef with Trump. We know he's committed crimes on behalf of Donald Trump. We know that him and Trump have allegedly done some illegal things behind the scenes, and given the fact that Cohen has knowingly done illegal things explicitly for Trump that we know he's done, this is not a counter attack at all. I can pull up the entire Wikipedia article on this case and show y'all exactly why Cohen's falsifying of business records is connected to Trump. Cohen is the one who the payment is being made through. They then falsified the reason for these payments. lie about the purpose of these payments, that is illegal. It is illegal. That is illegal. It is a crime. It is a crime. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Let's pull it up. Indictment and charges. The Manhattan grand jury voted to indict Donald Trump on March 30th of 2023. The indictment was filed with the New York Supreme Court the same day. The charges were under seal until published when Trump was arraigned in the Manhattan criminal court. The indictment charged Trump with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of New York penal law, Code 175-10 whatever. I don't even know what that symbol is. Is it code or whatever? I don't know what the fuck that symbol means. Each count is related to a specific business document, each having a date ranging from February 14th through December 5th of 2017. 11 for invoices from Michael Cohen. So 11 charges for invoices from Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is directly connected to this case. You cannot prosecute Trump without summoning up Michael Cohen. 9 charges for general ledger entries for Donald J. Trump. 9 for checks from Donald J. Trump. 3 for general ledger entries for Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust. 2 for checks from the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust. The allegedly falsified documents are related to Trump's payment to Stormy Daniels as hush money. The payments were listed in the business records as a legal expense payable to Michael Cohen. Remember the black gentleman in the video who sat there and talked about it's just legal payments, it's just legal payments. These are the legal payments they're talking about. These payments were falsified as being legal when they were actually reimbursements to Michael Cohen for the payment he made to Stormy Daniels. Whereas the indictment alleges that they were actually to reimburse Cohen for the earlier allegedly illicit payments to Daniels. Now, the indictment alleges it. We don't know for sure if Trump is innocent or guilty yet, but Cohen seems all too happy to cooperate and corroborate the charges being placed against Donald Trump. Falsifying business records in the first degree is a felony under New York state law that requires the intent to defraud includes with an intent to commit another crime or to aid or conceal the commission thereof. This is in contrast to falsifying business records in the second degree, which is a misdemeanor that does not have the requirement. In later filings, Bragg listed 3 such crimes that Trump allegedly intended to commit: a violation of federal campaign finance limits, violation of state election laws by unlawfully influencing the 2016 election, and violation of state tax laws during the reimbursement. Regarding the reimbursement, Trump can move to allow the jury the option to convict on the misdemeanor charges as a lesser included offense, but is not required to do so. Each count for which Trump is convicted could result in a prison sentence up to 4 years to be served consecutively, or the judge could impose no prison sentence. A conviction would not legally prohibit Trump from continuing his campaign in the 2024 presidential election, nor would he be forbidden from assuming presidency should he win, even if he were in prison. So, the point being is, Vivek, stop lying. Stop lying to the American people and saying, there's no crime, there's no crime, there's no crime. No, you have a snitch. A snitch who we know has committed crimes at the behest of Donald Trump. In words you can understand, a minion, a peon, a henchman is turncoat. He's a turncoat. He's a snitch. He's telling on your boy. And now all of a sudden it's, oh, this guy's untrustworthy. Oh, he's untrustworthy? The same guy who lied to protect your boy and got charged and convicted for it? Stop playing.
Now, it appears to be what they might allege is some sort of bookkeeping error or whatever. The real bookkeeping that we need accounting of is Judge Merchan's own family member.
Bookkeeping error? Gee, it's not a bookkeeping error. It's an alleged lie. They're alleging that Trump knowingly lied about Michael Cohen's payments to Stormy Daniels and the reimbursements to him. He lied that they were actual retainer payments. He lied about that, allegedly. If you're going to talk about the case, address the case. Don't make up fan fiction. I'm not saying Trump is guilty at all. I'm saying they're alleging these things and you guys are purposefully misrepresenting what's being alleged. Stop doing that. Tell the American people what he's being accused of and let things play out.
Collecting millions of dollars as a Democratic operative, using the existence of this trial as a fundraising ploy for Democrats. This is unconscionable. Imagine if the same shoe fit the other foot. Imagine if it was Joe Biden that was on trial. You had a Republican judge whose son was collecting millions of dollars as a Republican operative what would you all be saying? This would not be justice. This is injustice at its worst. So let's go even a layer deeper, right? Because let's go even a layer deeper, actually. The alleged crime here is supposedly, they try to point to this every day, that he does not actually use campaign funds, that he used personal funds. Well, let's get this straight. Suppose Donald Trump had used campaign funds to make a personal expense. They'd be going after him for that. So if they're going to get him going or they're going to get him coming, that is the best proof that this is a politicized sham. Let's go through it piece by piece. If you tell somebody to go buy you a suit and you want to look good on television because that'll affect the voters, the way voters vote for you, you know what? They prosecute politicians if they use campaign funds to buy a suit. Campaign funds to get a haircut because you want to look good to the voters, they will actually prosecute you for using campaign funds for a personal expense. Yet the entire legal theory of this case, the whole case that Alvin Bragg has brought, depends on one premise for them to charge this as a felony, is that Donald Trump somehow should have used campaign funds to make an allegedly personal payment. Yet if he had done that, their case against him would be even stronger. This is garbage. That is the best proof that you have, that if they're going to get him going or get him coming.
Yeah, that's not what's happening here. The crime isn't, oh, you used personal funds, you should have used campaign. That's not what's happening. This man's being charged with falsifying business documents, G. I've read about this case in multiple articles. I've yet to hear them being upset about him not using his campaign funds. Like, I'm pretty sure that the Trump team has made it abundant. They've denied the campaign being involved for understandable reasons. They don't want to be charged with using campaign funds. The problem is, campaign funds or not, Donald Trump still has other charges in this case that don't have anything to do with campaign funds. What is Vivek Ramaswamy talking about? Like, if you're going to talk about the case, acknowledge what's actually happening. Why make up stories? I mean, it's impressive how good they are at lying. It is. You know, this morning I watched the video and I was like, oh shit, these guys are actually on point. Then I opened a few articles and realized these guys are actually, they're actually lying. It's insane.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. This is a sham. This is not the United States of America. This is some third-rate banana republic. If this were happening in another country, we would be laughing at them as a sham democracy. I am ashamed as an American citizen to sit here in a courtroom watching the former leader of the free world, and let's be honest, likely next leader of the free world, sitting with the indignity in this dingy third-rate courtroom with fourth-rate prosecutors and a fifth-rate lawyer on the stand as a witness, who actually is violating a...
Oh, he's fifth rate now. So all that dirty work he did for Trump, that don't count? Oh, so Trump hires fifth-rate lawyers. Oh my God. The reality is, I don't know if that room is dingy, but nice use of words by Vivek. I'll give it to him. He's very good with imagery. He's very good with words. Y'all are desperate. And I understand why. Trump did a lot of illegal stuff, and the chickens are coming home to roost. And y'all are doing a damn good job of lying to make him this victim of circumstance when in reality he's not. They're doing a very great job. But the reality is this. Donald J. Trump allegedly committed crimes, and the unfortunate truth is that not only did Hope Hicks accidentally snitch on Trump by saying that he was aware of these payments and might have been, you know, the one who was initiating the payments, Michael Cohen is completely alleging that. Michael Cohen is, you know, happily and, you know, as far as I can tell, you know, proudly snitching. This guy's proud to snitch on Trump. In fact, I'm willing to bet no wings, no burgers, no fries, no soda needed. Michael Cohen will testify against Trump forever till the end of time. Those two have beef. You know, my issue with Republicans is tell the truth. Y'all have lied to the American people about so many things. Barack Obama got nothing done. Yeah, because y'all wouldn't let him get any bills passed in Congress. You know, Ukraine is a corrupt country. We should be supporting them, even though Russia's infinitely more corrupt and Russia's our actual enemy. We're sending way too much money to Ukraine. We don't have enough money for the American people. Turns out funding for Ukraine only makes up 1% of our GDP. All y'all do is lie no matter what. It's insane. And then y'all get all the four morons assemble outside of this man's outside of the courthouse and start lying in succession. Everybody take turns. What's going on? Grown men. As far as I'm concerned, Donald Trump will be found innocent or guilty when this is all said and done. This nonsense of, Trump somehow automatically being innocent by default because we like him, or the American people supposedly like him, or the polls say America loves Trump, so let him go. Nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, we'll wait until things are all finished up, and then we'll decide as to whether we, are happy with. What I say is this: the case play out, and then if Trump is innocent or guilty, we move from there. But Republicans are lying about the case in an attempt to drum up support for Donald J. Trump. And all of these guys, don't be deceived. They might all be standing there, talking about Trump and, oh, we love him so much. All four of these fools are all competing amongst one another to be Trump's VP. So don't be fooled by this assembly of morons. These guys are all competing with each other to be Trump's, main goon, his main henchman, his peon. Keep it 100. Pence, that's over. These guys are trying to take Pence's place. That's why they're all there. They're all there not to show support for Donald J. Trump, but to be selected as VP. If these guys were smart, what they would do is distance themselves from Deontay Trump. They would distance themselves from MAGA and buy. Vivek Ramaswamy's a billionaire. If anybody should be shutting their mouth and keeping their distance, it's him. Take your time. Be patient. I don't want you anywhere near the White House or the presidency. But even still, strategically speaking, take your fucking time. Why are you getting involved in this cacophony of foolishness? Why are you going down in this sinking ship of Trump? Dude's an idiot. It is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.